Council of Trustees, and Shayna Hilsey, a Cal U student who also is a member of the Board of Governors for Pennsylvania's State System of Higher Education. Do we have University Provost Dr. Bruce Barnhart? Is not with us today, but I know he's with us in spirit. We do have University's President, Geraldine Jones.
Good afternoon, everyone, and what an exciting day. We are here with our distinguished guests, Cynthia Shapiro, Chair of the Board of Governors, and Karen and Tom Rutledge, to make a very special announcement. Our university is honored to accept the largest single gift in California's history, a $4 million donation from Karen and Tom. As you may know, Tom is the chairman and CEO of Charter Communications, the second largest cable company in the United States. He and Karen live in Greenwich, Connecticut, but we see them regularly on campus and at alumni events. Karen and Tom have been very generous to our university and especially to our students for more than 20 years, with student interns and young parents benefiting from their support as they fund scholarships for students who are studying economics, which was Tom's major when he was a student here at California State College. Their gifts always have a well-defined purpose. The gift we are announcing today creates a true legacy. Karen and Tom's gift will create the Rutledge Institute for Early Childhood Education, an initiative that will make a lasting difference in the lives of children, Cal U students, and the field of early childhood education. The Institute arose from Tom and Karen's desire to help children get a good start in life. They wanted children of our community to have the best possible education right from the start. Let me explain how the Institute fulfills Karen and Tom's vision. First, it will create an innovative, high-quality preschool program right here on campus for children ages 3 to 5. The program will operate in affiliation with the Village, which also has a child care center in downtown California. Many of the teachers at the Village are Cal U graduates, and the Village's president and director are both Cal U alumni. We are very pleased to be working with the Village on this project. The Rutledge Institute Preschool will use a curriculum based on STREAM, kid-friendly activities in science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math. The program will provide a strong start for children who otherwise might not have these opportunities. And it reflects our belief that all students, even the littlest ones, need to develop skills in these important areas. The program will be housed in Morgan Hall. We are renovating that space now with the expectation that 2 classes will start there in the fall. The Rutledge Institute will fund full scholarships for 20 children to attend the on-campus preschool each year. But there's more. The Institute also will provide full tuition scholarships plus on-campus housing for first-year students as Rutledge Institute scholars this fall, and to add 10 more students every year. Ultimately, we will have a full cohort of 10 first-year students, 10 sophomores, 10 juniors, and 10 seniors. Students who qualify will have an exceptional experience. They will earn a bachelor's degree in education and Pennsylvania teaching certification. As part of their fieldwork and student teaching, they will work together alongside many people in this room have already been working hard to bring us to this day, and we are eager to move forward. On behalf of California University, our CalU students and their families who are involved and who will be involved, I can only say thank you to Karen and Tom. This gift will touch many lives now and for years to come. We are proud and grateful to accept it. Karen and Tom, will you please step up and say a few words?
Thank you everybody for coming. I'd like to be able to say this has been a long, long dream of mine to do, but in all honesty, it was about just a little over a year ago, being with President Jones and Jeff one night at dinner, and just saying, I have an idea, and I'm not kidding, immediately the two of them started scheming. And I cannot believe how quickly President Jones and everybody here pulled this together. Just talking to a friend the other night, she said, what happened to that idea of yours? And I said, well, we're opening in the fall. So anyway, I just want to thank you very much for taking a nice idea and bringing it up so quickly. I can't tell you how much learning early education, I know what that's worth, and I know the hand up that it gives a child. So thank you all, the village, you guys. I fell in love with you the day I met you, and just thought all children should be taken care of the way you do. You do a fabulous job. So I leave here feeling really good. Everything is in great hands. But we will be around a lot, I'm sure, to check in. So thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for everything.
So Karen, did you think when we came to California 40-some years ago that if we ever had an extra $4 million, so that's actually an interesting life experience to be able to do that. When we came here, we were married. I was a cable TV installer, technician, and had some college, but not much. And we came to the conclusion that our lives would be better if I finished our education. We had a baby. So it was a big deal. I quit my job, and Karen went to work. She went to work at Hugo's. And anyway, we came to campus and had a great experience. And I like to say that we were created here. We moved on from here and had a tremendous experience in business and in life, and creating a life for ourselves and our family that allowed us to live in a lot of different cities and to get to run one of the biggest companies in America. And so when we think about our lives and what it means and where we came from, we wanted to give some of the fruits of our labor to places where we had a connection. I mean, the world is filled with a billion opportunities to help. The human condition constantly creates problems, and we've created some value. We created a family foundation. As a result of that, we wanted to actually get our family involved in contributing to the community. And the community is really where you come from, the people that made you. And so this is our community.
Questions from the media, if you'd like. If you have a question and you raise your hand, Larry is there with the mic so we can hear the questions. And I think I can remove this so we can hear the answers.
into the future?
Thank you for that question. And yes, I was the Dean for the College of Education and Human Services. And I'll take it back a little further, but I won't take a lot of time because I'm sure we want to hear from Tom and Karen. And I was a student here at the university in the early 70s, and I was an education major. And I taught second grade. So teaching has always been a part of who I've been. And to have served to serve as the Dean of the College of Education and Human Services, and to now be in the role of president, and to see this type institute here at the university is so meaningful for every student who will be coming through the program as an education major. The program will have 10 students each year, as we have those 40 students, but when those individuals go out into the community after having earned their degree here, the difference that Tom and Karen will be making with this wonderful gift they've given to the university. And as I've said many other times in our conversations with them, that's what it means to touch the future. By their generosity, they are being able to touch the future for many generations beyond our time here. Thank you.
Factor in your decision for establishing the Institute, how much of Cal U's heritage and history with teacher training, how much was that a factor in your decision in going in this direction?
Well, that's an interesting question. We actually came at it, obviously, what the university is and its history is part of our relationship to the university, and the way we view our own experience here comes from what the actual institution is in historic terms. But when we approached our philanthropy to the university, initially it was to reflect the kinds of lives we faced as students at the university. So the first thing we did is we created a scholarship. This was 6 or 7 years ago, I think, for married students. And so because we lived a different lifestyle than many people on campus, we had a great experience. Our daughter learned to walk on the quad. She's now an Upper East Side, New York City woman with 3 kids. But she's connected to this community as well. And so we thought that was something we wanted to do initially, and then we created an economics scholarship because I had majored in economics and it had done well for me, and it gave me a vision about how the world worked that had turned out to be accurate in my view. Then we created an internship because we, reflecting on where we came from a community, we thought there were people in this community that if they saw other places, that it would encourage their educational process. And so we created an internship that requires you to travel, and so we pay the travel costs of people who might not otherwise be able to do that. Again, because of the history we had with this community, but Karen actually was the person who wanted to create the early childhood education process. And you might speak to where that initiative came from, but it's our life experience with education, our own children, and the opportunities that we've been able to create, and we'd like to share that. But yes, the reality is the institution's history as a teacher's college is clearly in our view and vision, and we've created this structure with that in mind. So you might talk about where it came from.
Yeah, just to pick up on that point, of course, the university being originally a teacher's college, it was a no-brainer that this would be, that you could be so helpful in setting this up. As far as the idea, again, maybe the idea of the preschool was, like you said, Tom, you just sort of do what you know. If you know how it feels to go to college with a baby and no money and all of that, so you can identify with that. Those are the people, that how we started out to help them. Now I see we're lucky enough, we have 6 grandchildren and we watch them go to fabulous preschools. And it's just amazing to watch how quickly they can grow if they just have that experience. And that's where I was coming from, I think. I know this is it's a small way to start, maybe. We're starting off with a few classrooms, but we have all the intentions of the world to make this be not just the best preschool, but possibly the largest in the area. So we have a lot of work to do, but that's where I was coming from. It was just what I knew. We were at an event last night and somebody just asked me, why there? Why are you going back there? And I said, that's what I know. So I think you're less likely to fail if you stick with what you know.